my new toy. Hi everyone, it's Stu from Hailing Frequencies, and I bought myself this little beauty very recently, a couple of days ago in fact. Had it delivered. Very nice. I've had a Virago before. They're absolutely lovely. For anybody who doesn't know, it's a Virago, Yamaha Virago 250, this one. It's been a while since I've ridden, so I thought I'd ease back in with a smaller bike, but there was one slight issue that I will show you. So switch the ignition on. What we do now, we click run, and that's the starter button. So when I press that, flat battery. It happens, it happens. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is changing the battery on this little bad boy. So the first thing we need to do is remove the seat, and there are a couple of crosshead screws. Let me see if I can get you right in to see. Just here, and there's one on the other side, just the same. So we'll get this battery changed and hopefully it'll start up fine. I've ordered a new battery. I could have just taken the old one off and recharged it, but well, because this bike's new to me, I wanted to start with a new battery just in case, and worst case scenario, I end up with a spare battery that's perfectly good, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. Yeah, so let's get the seat off and get this battery changed. Now the only tool I should need is a screwdriver, because like I say, these crosshead screws here, and the battery terminals themselves use screws. I do have my my socket set with me just in case. I think this is a number 1. I've taken the other bolt off the other side already, because hey, you don't need to see 2 bolts coming out, do you? They're not seized, so that's good. And it should lift off. Ah, there we go. It was just caught a little bit underneath the sissy bar there. There we have the battery itself. That's quite an old battery, for the look of it. Refillable one. Okay. Not to worry. I might struggle to get in with a screwdriver, and those are sockets. Okay, it's a different one to the one that's going on slightly, but that's no matter. Let me get the sockets out. Oh. Hopefully there's enough space, and there is not. Right. Which means I'm going to need to lift the battery out in order to get access. Now this rubber band here is just held on to a metal clip. Let me take the camera off the stand so you can see properly. Yeah. So yes, this rubber band is held on by this metal bit here, which should just unhook like so. Right. And now I should be able to pull the battery out and remove it. he says, hopefully. Lifting it. Oh. It really doesn't want to come. Let's get some of these wires out of the way. I don't know what's happened with the wiring here. Isn't enough to get this terminal off. Let's see. Yes. So we've got two earth terminals on this side, with the bearing in mind. Make sure I don't lose the nut. Move around that side of the bike so I can get better access. It's so much easier if I lift it at least a bit. There we go. There we go. And two terminals on this side as well. So there we have battery out. This is the new battery I'm putting in. It was just a cheap one that I got off Amazon. It came fully charged, which was different. Not what I'm used to. Oh, and it's slightly smaller. Yeah. Do a side-by-side comparison for you. Interesting. I definitely bought it as a Virago 250. It's definitely a lot smaller. Interesting. It was listed as a Virago 250 battery for this year, which is 99 for those who are interested. Right, well, hopefully the battery strap. I might need something at the bottom of the battery holder to hold it in place. Let's see what it... Yeah, that's going to rattle about, isn't it? That's definitely going to need some packing around it. Well, that's annoying. That's very annoying. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to see if I can get the old battery charged up. So next stop, blue mat. Now then, the more eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed this is not the blue mat. I've decided in charging it up, because it's an unknown battery to me and it's the old sort of non-sealed unit, yeah, there is always a possibility of leakage or even explosion. Minor explosion, but still explosion when charging up a battery like this. So that's why I'm doing it in this plastic box, just in case any of the acid leaks out. I have not checked the specific gravity of this. Now, for those who don't know about batteries, the liquid inside, and I've checked it, I've had a look, there is plenty of liquid in it. There is liquid in lots of metal plates, and the liquid is a combination of hydrochloric acid and distilled water. And you can check that there's enough acid in there. You can always top up the water, that's easy enough. That's why there's these plugs on here, so that the water can be topped up. Because it evaporates over time when it's a non-sealed unit. Modern batteries are done quite differently, but so you can top up the water, but of course over time the acid might evaporate away as well. So you check how much, basically whether or not you've got enough acid in there by checking the specific gravity. That's a fancy name for checking how dense the liquid is. But there we go. Now I'm not going to open it. I'm not going to do anything like that. Like I say, it's an old battery. I'm not terribly confident with the age of the battery, and I also know from the MOT, past MOT certificates, and looking at the mileage on those MOT certificates, that this bike has been stood for about 7 or 8 years, I would say. So it's certainly done very, very little miles in that time. It does have an MOT that's been put on it, so I'm confident with the safety of the bike. But there's going to be little things, niggly things here and there that need sorting out on it. And this battery clearly is one of them. So I am ultimately going to replace this battery. But for now I just want to get it charged up, see if it'll hold a charge. If it will, then that should fire the bike up. That other battery, the too small one, I'm going to send back. Because it's clearly the wrong battery. I could pad out the battery area, stop it from sliding about, lift it up off the floor a bit, so that it can reach the terminals. But to be honest, no, I'm one of those people, I'd rather have the correct battery in there. So we'll start with this one and go from there. Now I have my smart battery charger. Essentially you just plug this thing in, and it does what it needs to in order to charge the battery. Really, really simple. Plug and play. What I absolutely love about this machine though is the connector. We've got a choice of clips. I could use these and sort of bolt them on to the terminals so that they're nice and secure. But to be honest, I'm just going to use the crocodile clips, because I know that this isn't going to get nudged, it's not going to get hit or knocked about or moved or anything like that. So I'm happy with crocodile clips. What I absolutely love is these connectors. It is impossible to get these the wrong way round, because the live is buried deep inside those rubber, so you've got to do it one particular way, and you cannot get them the wrong way around. What you can get the wrong way around, of course, is the positive and negative on the battery. Now let me take you off the stand. We'll get a nice little close-up here. Hopefully you can see there. We've got positive on the right, and we've got negative on the left. There we go. So nice and simple. Very, very important to check that. Now, speaking about checking things, one thing I did in the first segment of the video that was really, really stupid. I was wearing a metal watch strap. When working with batteries, don't wear a metal watch strap. Make sure you don't drop anything metal across the terminals, even with dead batteries. You just never know. That was really stupid of me, but that's why I put a disclaimer at the beginning of these. It's not a how-to, it's purely for entertainment, because I will get things wrong. Hopefully I won't get anything too wrong and hurt myself. That's the hope. But yeah, it can happen. Now, I have yet to plug in the charger, so that's why I'm confident having this plugged in ready. So we'll get the crocodile clips on. So negative to negative, positive to positive. Make sure they're on firmly. Yes, they are. And let's turn it on. Now what will happen, I'm hoping, is the light on here will turn red first of all, and red flashing means it's charging it up. Eventually it goes through, it cycles through 4 stages, so it might be red permanent to start with, I can't remember. But it will go through a variety of red permanent, red flashing, green flashing, and then green steady means it's fully charged and it's in what it calls maintenance mode. So I'll hold that there while I plug this in. Now I am wearing eye protection because, again, with batteries you just never know. I'm going to move back slightly whilst I switch this on. There we go, we've got a red light and it's staying red. Okay, the only thing now to do is leave it and wait. And I'm going to set the timer on my phone to see how long it takes to charge up. And yeah, we'll come back later. See you in a minute. A very quick one back again. I've just checked the manual, and if it's pulsing red, the red light there, that means that the charger is putting out power, that either the terminals aren't connected properly or the battery just has far too lower voltage to take a charge. Basically your battery's knackered. If it's flashing red, that's a bad sign, as long as your terminals are connected properly. Solid red does mean that it is charging, so job's a good one. We'll come back later. So I have just looked in on this and seen it's gone to green flashing. I don't know when it went to green flashing, but it's only been on charge for, well, less than 25 minutes. You can see there. So yeah, it's really charging very quickly. Now what green flashing means is optimization and absorption. So basically it's chucked all the electricity into the box that it can, and yeah, now it's just making sure it's sitting there properly. That's my understanding anyway. I am not an expert, you can tell by the technical language I use. But yeah, now I'll leave it connected whilst it's doing this. Eventually it'll go to a steady green light. I don't know how long that's going to take, but it'll take as long as it takes, and yeah, we'll see from there. But I remember the days back when, you know, you get your car battery. I know car batteries are much bigger than this, but you plug it into the charger and leave it overnight so that it was there ready for the morning. So yeah, like 20 minutes in and this is like virtually ready. That's super quick. I don't know if that means it's a bad sign for this battery. If it goes in quickly, will it come out quickly? We will find out. Like I say, I will ultimately be changing the battery anyway, so we will see. But for now, I'm going to leave it as is, and yeah, when it goes to a steady green light, we'll know it's done and we can get it back on the bike. Hey, so no need to get too excited just yet. It's not done optimizing and absorbing yet. We are currently 1 hour 40 minutes thereabouts in, but I just thought I'd give a quick check up. I am checking it periodically, so I might miss it by maybe 10 minutes or something like that, because I'm off doing other things and then sort of sticking my head round and having a look. But yeah, we're 1 hour 40 minutes in, and it's still optimizing, but that's fine. That's fine. I expect these things to take hours personally, so we will see. Hey, just another quick update. We are at 4 hours and it's still flashing. Do you know what I'm probably going to do? It's 6 PM in the evening here in the UK. Oh. It's 6 PM here in the UK. So what I think I'm going to do is probably just switch off the timer and just leave it overnight. It's the kind of thing I would do with something like this, you know, with a standard charger. So yeah, there we go. We'll revisit this again tomorrow. Hey, so you can now see we've got a steady green light there. Now actually this went out, so I put this on charge. That was Saturday at about 2 PM. I noticed it had gone steady at about 8:30 PM, so 6.5 hours. It might have been 6 hours before it went steady. I hadn't checked it for a little while. So yeah, so maybe 6.5 hours before it went steady. Steady green just means it's in maintenance mode. Now beyond that, because the battery was really low when I put it on charge, I've actually left it. It's now Monday morning, so I left it all of. My plan was to actually take it off charge Sunday, but I got caught up with other things, so it ended up staying on charge all of Sunday as well. Like I say, it's now Monday morning. So let's get this put onto the bike and see if the bike charges up. I have ordered a replacement battery which should be with us in a couple of days. Hopefully I've ordered a really fancy new gel style battery, which they're much more reliable. They're more expensive, but far more reliable than the older style batteries, which I think, you know, on a bike, you know, if you go out on a bike ride, and you know you're some distance from home, you don't want to be let down by your battery. So that's why I really wouldn't trust this old battery that's been on there so long. So yeah, oh, one thing I was wrong about when I was looking at batteries, I did see quite a few that were still brand new batteries, but they you could top them up with distilled water, so they are still about. Which surprised me a little bit. I thought they'd all be sealed units by now, but clearly not. But no, this new gel battery should be good. But for now, I'm not going to show you me replacing the battery with the gel battery, because you've seen how the battery comes off. You're going to see how it's going to go back on. There'd be nothing new to show you there. They fit exactly the same as the others. But yeah, let's get this one back on so we can actually see the bike starting up. So we're ready to fit it back on. We've got positive on the right hand side of the bike, the negative on the left. I also noticed as I was getting this ready, got the tube for venting the battery as well. I don't think that was attached before. Not that that's a big deal, but it's something we can address. So let's get it back on. bit fiddly. Right, got the nut jammed in the socket. Is the right size socket. Right, what I need to do then is get it started a little bit with by hand. And you know, I made the same mistake I made last time. Let's take my metal strap watch off. There we go. Just in case. There we go, it's biting. It's nice and tight. Should always put the positive on first, by the way. Right. Now the same with the negative. Actually, while I'm here, I'm also going to pop this breather tube on as well. There we go. And now it's important when you do this not to have the ignition switched on or any power switched on when you apply the negative, sorry. Otherwise you get a bit of a spark. There we go. This will probably be easy with spanners, to be honest, but I couldn't dig those out. I need the strap out and ready. There we go. That should ease back into place. And where does the strap connect to? Oh, here, right at the front. There we go. Now, I don't need to put the seat back on to test it. Should all be good. Let's give it a try. So, keys in the ignition. So let's bring you in to do this. So yeah, keys in the ignition. Turn the key on, we'll see the ignition light has come on there. Switch to on, and let's give it a go. Oop. Almost. Let's apply a bit of choke. There we go. Oop. Just needs to warm up a little bit, I think. A little bit more choke. There we go. Now I should be able to rev it. There we go. Choke off now. Marvellous. Well, as it's going to be a couple of days before the new battery arrives, what I might do is just leave this battery on until then, just see how it starts. See, leaving it a couple of days standing, discharges it or not, we'll find out. But there we go. Hope that was fun to watch. Do join me for future ones. I'm planning to put a windscreen on the bike, on the front of the bike. I've got some luggage rack supports. Switch that off now. Yeah, I've got some luggage rack supports. There'll be other bits and bobs. So do like and subscribe if you want to see those, and let me know in the comments. I will see you soon for future repair videos. Bye for now.